Now I'm joined by Daryl Blocker, former senior CIA operative and ABC News contributor. Daryl, thanks for taking the time tonight.
Thank you.
So even though the administration for days was warning of an imminent attack like this, given the number of casualties we're seeing, would you call this a failure of intelligence or something else?
I hear failure of intelligence a lot. Some things simply cannot be stopped. The Taliban has been doing vehicle-borne IEDs and strapping bombs to people for a long time. I do believe that this was ISIS Khorasan. They have the same methodology, but I do not consider that an intelligence failure. They went through multiple levels of security, and at some point, some things just can't be predicted and can't be stopped. And this was unfortunately one of them.
Given your experience in the intelligence community, how would today's attacks make you reevaluate the U.S. posture in the coming days, at least there at the airport in Kabul?
Well, you also need to understand that people in the intelligence community and the military community have been living with this, that the world is seeing on a daily basis for 20 years, not just in Afghanistan. So you don't get a nerd to it, but at some point, you're not as concerned about the threat of it because it's always there. It's always imminent. We plan for it. We prepare for it. But some things are only reaction is what you do. If we are, and it appears to be communicating and collaborating with the Taliban on the ground to maybe triage or separate the people who are coming to the gates, then that's a very good sign. Strange bedfellows have come out of situations like this.
Yeah, this is a question, though, Daryl, everybody wants an answer to, especially the people on the ground trying to get out of Afghanistan. Do you believe the administration can still stick to its August 31st pullout deadline now without leaving behind a significant number of Americans and Afghan allies?
Listen, we have the might of the United States Air Force, the world's Air Force, commercial airlines. So, yes, I think it's possible. Now, realistically, getting people from the farthest regions of Afghanistan, the provinces to the north, to the west, into Kabul to load them up on planes, we might not be able to get every single one out between now and Tuesday of next week, but we can certainly work with the government that remains behind to make sure that those folks are not in any more danger than they would be in any other time in Afghanistan, and make sure that they know that we know who they are. So that is some semblance of protection for them. If they're on our list and we know that they were either local employed staff, or if they were working with the NGOs, or they were working with something that we know the Taliban is completely against, like people who convert from Islam to Christianity. They're, of course, very, very, they're more, I guess, at risk than some others. And, of course, the women and children.
So along those lines, with all of your intelligence experience, best case and worst case for us from here until the 31st?
The best case is that the Taliban is able to neutralize or at least move ISIS or whatever elements, Al-Qaeda, that are threatening, threatening the masses, and to demonstrate to the world, perhaps, that they are willing to let people leave freely, regardless of what they did under the previous administration, regardless of whether they might be on their targeting list. They can get a lot of brownie points here.
You talked about ISIS-K, that group claiming responsibility for these attacks, while the Taliban condemned the attacks. What's your view on how much the U.S. can trust working with the Taliban now in the coming days? There seems to be a trust issue all over the place in Afghanistan right now.
Well, trust is always an issue when you're dealing with someone that you look at as an enemy. But everyone keeps talking about the fact that between February, March of 20 and right now, there's been 0 deaths. That's not a chance. That is the Taliban at least living up to one small part of what they promised. So that's 18 months of, I won't say goodwill, but at least them demonstrating that they can get the word to the lowest levels of their Taliban fighters to say, we will not engage against U.S. forces. We will not go after U.S. forces. You can't control everyone everywhere, but they have demonstrated their willingness to at least honor the commitments that was made to the previous administration.
Darrell Blocker, former senior CIA operative and ABC News contributor. Thanks for taking the time with us tonight.
Okay, thank you, Phil.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.